Mmm, that is some delicious bacon. And this is a very delicious watch. Welcome back to Bacon and Bezels. It's been far too long, but I'm very excited to talk to you today about my new watch. It is the Waldan Heritage. And I've been looking for a new watch for a while, and I have a lot of different styles of watches. I have a chronograph, I have a bunch of dive watches, I have dress watches, and I wanted a small secondhand watch. And there's so many options out there. In this case, under $500, there's still a lot of options. And what drew me to this watch was the history of it. And Oscar Waldan started this company, Waldan International, and his story is just fascinating. He made it through World War II. He lived in Poland, and the Nazis invaded Poland, and he was in a concentration camp. And he made it through World War II by fixing the pocket watches of the Nazi military. And after the war, if that's not amazing enough, he learned more watch skills in Switzerland, and he worked for companies like Tissot. He made their Navigator watch. He worked on the Zenith El Primero movement. He worked with Rolex. He worked with all kinds of different watch companies, and then he made his own watches, and you can still buy some of them today on the Walden website. They're gold. They're beautiful. Most of them are perpetual calendars. So many complications. But just the fact that he made it through the war, fixing watches, and that is so cool. And I have some Jewish ancestry, and my last name is on the end of Schindler's List, and I have family that came from Europe and immigrated to Schenectady, New York, actually. And I'm named Jake after the man who came here from Europe to Schenectady. So just that connection uh, from my life and going and looking at what Oscar Walden was able to do, getting through that horrible situation is just so cool. And it just adds to the history of this watch. And that's the great part about watches is that in this world that we have today of electronics and everything's throwaway and you need a new software update all the time and nothing really has any kind of anchoring in history, we can have these objects and we can look at them and see the history of where it came from. And now the really cool thing about this watch is that his son Andrew Walden has been carrying on his legacy and is now making these watches in America. And we're going to look at this watch in a minute, and we're going to see, what he's done and to carry on his dad's legacy. And I just think that's so cool. And the history of this watch is what compelled me to buy it. So let's take a look. Let's turn around and look at this awesome Walden Heritage watch. All right, here is the watch. This is the Walden Heritage. And when I saw this green dial on this green strap, I just had to have it. Green is my favorite color, especially dark green or this olive green. It's fantastic. Look at that dial, an oil press dial. You can see those diagonal lines. Just fantastic. It says Walden, New York there. AmeriQuartz USA movement. So this quartz movement is made in Arizona, I believe. I think Islander Watches uses a lot of those AmeriQuartz movements. And that is the movement in this watch as well. And it's assembled in New York by Walden International, which is very cool. And what you're getting for under $300, I think is just fantastic. Like I said, you got that oil press dial. You got it stamped. You can see the W. I actually forgot to take the sticker off there. You can see the W on the crown. And the finishing, I think, is just really, really nice. This strap is fantastic. It is, you can see it says Walden there, and then on the other side you can see genuine leather, handmade in Italy, which was really surprising when this watch came. And I love this strap. It is a green. I love the white stitching on the strap. Just feels quality. I got this deployment clasp. I get these for all my watches, especially with the leather watches, because I want to protect the leather. I don't want to have to be taking it on and off all the time and hurting the leather. I hope this band can stay like this for a long time, and just very, very nice for the price. Andrew Walden, Oscar's son, has stated that he wanted this watch to be for for younger people. A lot of people his age and in their 20s and 30s were asking, I want to watch, but I don't know how to quite get into it. I don't want to spend a lot of money. And this is a great alternative for young people who are wearing those Apple abominations on their wrists, to get those off and to get something of quality and something that's American made, which is very rare nowadays. And so I'm all for that. I think that's a great cause. Like I said, just very nice. You can see the Waldan on the back there and Heritage. And what you're getting for your money, I think, is just fantastic. That dial, let's see how close I can get in on it. Very, very nice. And I'm actually thinking about, for this holiday season, for Christmas time, putting this red strap on it. I don't know. I've been going crazy putting different straps on different watches. I think that would look kind of cool with the green and red for Christmas. But yeah, overall, just a fantastic watch. I really hope Walden keeps making these watches. One day, I would like them to make an automatic watch and kind of follow his dad's footsteps, because his dad made tons of automatic watches for different companies, and that's kind of where he learned watchmaking. And he never did quartz watches; all of them were automatic, or hand wind. So I'd like to see them get back to that, but for a watch that's an entry level watch for somebody, or even a watch, I appreciate it, and I'm a huge watch collector. For anybody really, I would highly recommend this watch. It is very cool. It's just an easy watch to wear with that quartz movement. You don't have to worry about winding it. You just pick it up and go. There's no date, which I'm a huge fan of. I hate dates on watches for the most part, unless they're, very, very seldom. But for the most part, I don't like the date on the watch. So this watch it checked off a lot of marks there, and yeah, highly recommend it. And I'll just leave you with a little bit of that dial. Let's go ahead and look at the Lume. So I was going to show you a Lume shot, and I tried, but there's not much of it. And that's the only thing that I don't like about this watch. However, it is a dress watch, and it does have a little bit of Lume on the hour and minute hands. Because it is a dress watch, I think that's okay. But a little bit of Lume would have been, a lot more Lume actually, would have been better. But overall, just a great watch. Thank you for watching this episode of Bacon and Bezels, and as always, cherish the time.